All game on our hands. Takes a mark in the centre of the ground. Gets the afterburners on. Kicks it inside 50. Screaming out. Great mark there. Has a shot. Umpire does not move. Goes short. Oh, jeez. Oh! Umpire said play on. Ball hits the deck. Left foot snap off the ground. Kicks it. Great tackle. That was a brilliant tackle. That might be a lifter. Runs to 20. Right in front. And hits the post. From the boundary line. Lee Trevor got an amazing goal. So, we're about to start.
This is the RPPFM Match of the Day.
Hello and welcome to Lloyd Park, ladies and gentlemen, where we've got the match of the day. It's Langwarrin taking on Dromana. What an absolute brilliant day for football we have, compared to last week especially. I tell you what, it is an absolute stunner. Sun's out, blue skies, no
Sun's out, guns out.
Wind to speak of, so it should be a brilliant contest, boys and girls. Michael Voss, welcome, Mayor of Mornington. You're out of your depths here in Langwarrin. But you're here today and should be a brilliant game, mate.
Look, this is a real opportunity, obviously, for Langwarrin today to get back any chance they've got to win today. But really looking forward to it. As you said, it's a beautiful day, chilly morning, but it's turned out absolutely beautifully, and the ground itself is looking pretty good out there. And I can't wait for this game. It's easily the match of the round happening around the place today. We've got 6 matches, full round in Division 2, and only the 1 match in Division 1. Good afternoon, Short Pass.
Good afternoon, Mayor of Mornington, Michael Voss. It's absolute pleasure to be here on a day like today. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else if you're around and you're at home and you're close by. Get down, the sun's out, guns out, have a beer. There is no better place to be than on a Saturday in the sun watching local footy. It's going to be a cracking game today. Very much looking forward to it. Not having seen Dromana yet this year, I think they're going to turn it on today with an undermanned Langy. So, look, I'm up for a good game either way, boys.
Yeah, no, it should be a brilliant. I mean, as you just said, short pass. Langwarrin unfortunately missing a fair few today. I'll name them: Peach, Patterson, Herdman, McCormack, Hamill and Biggs being some of the best. Peach, Patterson and Herdman probably the best 3 out of that list for me. We looked to 2 weeks ago where we were here against Coringal, right, and Peach, Patterson and Herdman. Well, Patterson tagged Michael Burke out of the game, and Peach and Herdman were 2 of their biggest ball winners driving forward. So going to be dearly missed against a brilliant 22 side against Dromana. They've well and truly solidated top spot for me, and the 22 players out there are always good. You look at their 2s today, they got beat today by Langy, but you still look at some of those players. Jay Hutchison, interesting to see Cade Williams back, Jackson Quigley, Craig Christie. There's a lot of good players going through that 2 side, so plenty of depth for Dromana, and it's pretty exciting for them going forward. Langwarrin have a lot more to play for today, though. They know that 5th spot's on the line for them. If they lose today, Hastings are playing Pearcedale, so you'd say that's a win for Hastings. So if Langy can't get the job done against Dromana today, they'll go 10 points behind, which makes it a very tough task, even though Hastings have a pretty tough draw going in. 10 points is still a long way back. They went close to Dromana earlier in the year. It was only 4 or 5 goals, which is always a tough task in Dromana. So, Langy obviously put it up to them nice and earlier in the year, so it'll be interesting to see if they can come out and do the same today. We know that Langy have a very strong bond, so in games like this, it's brilliant to have that strong bond with each other, because they'll really stand up and perform like they need to. So, Langy, they've got good home ground form. They'll want to bounce back after last week, after getting pummeled by Red Hill up on the hill. Everything shapes up in their hands. And you go to Dromana. Dromana have played 6 weeks of half their football. They haven't been putting great performances together. But then on the other hand, you look at that and you think they're still winning games and winning convincingly. So, there's still positives for Dromana to come out. The 22 players that they've got on their list is by far the best 22 I've seen in a Div 2 football game in a long time. So, it shapes up to be a brilliant game. The weather suits a side like Dromana. Very silky, skillful team. They've got Josh Bateman, Sam Fowler coming back into the side. We know that they're extremely handy players coming out of the VFL team, so shapes up to be a brilliant game of football. Shapes up to be a brilliant game of football, Michael Voss, as you've got the crowd just coming up to see you. I think you said, do you know if Ethan Johnston's not playing, but Ethan Johnston only played 1 quarter last week, so I reckon that was a definite thanks, mate. But we're not requiring that.
Thanks for the disruption.
Boys, Langwarrin have got the number one goal kicker in the competition. Have they got enough without the likes of the players you said there? Have they got enough to get the ball down to get it down to Jesse Murphy and possibly kick a winning score?
Well, that's the biggest question. I mean, Red Norton plays a massive factor in this game. We know Rory Gregg's not a great tap ruckman, but we know that he's brilliant around the ground. So Red plays a massive part in this game, and Michael Parker has to step up big time because and Zach Andrew Arthur, they have to play some serious football today.
Got a bit of depth as well, so you're going to count on the younger players, I suppose, to step up, and this is their time to shine. And each week, whether it be local footy or the AFL, you count on those younger players that are getting opportunities, and they're required to stand up. And without them, Vossi, your question, mate, it's unlikely, because with those calibre of players, if you're not getting those younger players stepping up, then it's not going to look good.
Well, it's one of the biggest parts for me in football is those bottom. I mean, you look at Dromana, they've got 22 genuine players out there. So for a side like Langwarrin, who probably have 15 genuine players, it's those bottom 6 or 7 players that really need to stand up and perform for their side. And that really separates a good and bad side, is when that bottom 6 is standing up for your side, and that's when you start to win games of football, and you find that you're really playing some genuine footy.
A very wise man was Toe Punt, and he said that you're only as good as your bottom 6.
Yep, that was. I mean, that's why it's driven into me, because that was always something the old punster said, because it is vital.
In the middle of the crop, I suppose they're required to stand up and be your A-level players, and if they aren't required to, or they don't want to, then it's difficult for those bottom 6 players to go, okay, well, I've got to be in the middle. You're not going to the top, so how's it going to work out?
When it's your time to go, you got to go.
You got to go.
When it's your time, you've got to play your part, and obviously this is what Dromana are going along very, very nicely at the moment. This is not an easy game for them by any stretch. It's a good opportunity, obviously, playing on a ground that's a decent size, something what they might be akin to if they get to grand final day.
I'm very happy you said that, Vossi, because
yeah.
this was my next fact, and I mentioned it on the footy show. You disagreed with me, but I highly believe that this is one of the biggest tests for Dromana this year. I think Red Hill was the biggest test before this one, because it's the 2 biggest grounds they'll play on all year, and the closest grounds they'll get to Frankston Park. I had a chat to a few of the boys before, and they're worried about the bigger grounds. Not worried, but it is a test for them. They know it's a test. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing for me, and that's the underlying factor about Dromana, is that the fact that they haven't performed on a big ground yet. I mean, Chelsea's the biggest ground, as you touched on through the year. They did the job there. But Red Hill and Langwarrin, no doubt the biggest grounds they'll come up on. They were up by 40 points against Red Hill. Ran out of legs. Red Hill beat them. And today they play on a ground where Langwarrin play really good footy on. And it's a lot bigger than Dromana. There's no doubt about that. I reckon it's Dromana's as long as this is wide. So it's going to be a massive, massive test for the Dromana boys to really stand up and perform today. Like we said, Langwarrin missing a fair few, but it's always tough to go to a bigger ground, especially where a side plays well. So we're shaped up to have a brilliant contest out here. Langy have a lot to play for, we know that. Dromana have a lot to prove on a big ground, so it's going to be a brilliant game of football. As sides start to walk out to their positions, Vossi, mate, we could have a better day for footy, could we?
Considering we're smack bang in the middle of winter, it is a magnificent day for football, and there's really no excuses today for sides. The conditions have turned on an absolute beautiful day compared to what we suffered. We all suffered through last week.
It was absolute pus. It was horrible.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty apt way of putting it, I think, short pass. It's
it wasn't that bad, because Michael Voss wore sandals last week.
Thanks for letting the listeners know that, Locke. I appreciate that.
They were your Jesus Christ kind of sandals.
Great to see that you're running with them again today, though. Yeah. It's actually a suitable day for sandals.
It actually is. Now, boys, I'm going to pick Dromana in this game. I'm going to pick Dromana by probably, with obviously the few outs that they've got, I'm probably going to pick Dromana by maybe 4 or 5 today.
I've got a bit of Langy colours running through my blood. My family have been heavily involved within the Langy Football Club for a number of years, not just Toe Punt, obviously, and Locke, yourself, mate, but your great uncles, my uncles, and cousins and whatnot. So, I'm going to count on the younger players to step up. Langy for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dromana. Only by 2 or 3, though. Just I think they might have just too much depth for Langwarrin. So the ball in the middle of the ground, it'll be Matthew Norton, it'll be Rory Gregg. Great battle for the day. Norton wins that one straight down to Andrew Arthur, who gives a sweeping handball out wide, looking for Parker, couldn't take it though. So the Dromana player there in Musciali, I think it is, or Musciali, dives on it.
Muska.
No, it was Josh Bateman, in fact, who's an
Not even
ex-Langy
close.
player. We're pretty happy to be here. Looks like Buster Talinglis has the roll on him. As the ball's thrown up again. Norton wins that one. Gertz tries to come through, take the possession of the footy, but Red said, no, thank you very much, I'm going to pin ya. And that's holding the ball early. Good win for Red. Gives a sweeping handball out wide to a runner in Nick Tuddenham. He's just going to whack it inboard, hoping that someone can fly. Someone does now. Couldn't take the mark, though. So it spills to ground. Nathan Allen it was. Andrew Taylor tries to come through, pick it up, couldn't. Nathan Allen now, with the second efforts, jumps back on the footy. Dromana tackle him. Sam Gertz dies on the footy and gets wrapped up nice and quick. Umpire says, I'll take it, thank you very much. About 50 out from Langwarrin's goal here. I want to draw first blood with the Kangaroos, being the home crowd. The Ladies' Day, they'll get up and about as the nice tap from Norton down to Werner, sends it to the top of the square. Brown contests with Smythe. Nice fist from Smythe, feels the ground. Quigley there, gives a nice handball to Smythe, but Smythe didn't look when he kicked it. Straight down Andrew Taylor's throat, takes a mark about 55 out. Too far for him to score, so he's going to have to wait for an option. He sees one at centre half forward, it's Norton. Norton takes an uncontested mark. His opponent deep in the goal square. He looks to move quickly, does Norton. Trips as he went to kick it, so had to give us flying handball. No one in particular. Gipp takes possession, looks up. He doesn't have much. Ricky Johnson coming out to meet him. Man, is he a handy player to be having it for half forward. He plays on now quickly, looking up the line. Goes for Ben Holmes. Well done, Cuthbert. Nice fist. But that man there, Sam Fowler, sees something in across the board. Couldn't get to him, no. Terry Wheeler dives on his opponent there in Lockie Davies. But geez, isn't Sam Fowler a threat when that ball comes to ground, Michael Voss?
Oh, he really is. He's quick, and he's going to relish these open spaces here at Lloyd Park this afternoon.
That he is, as Red can't win that one, so Greg dives on the footy, but he's quickly wrapped up there.
Boys, just a disappointing start from Langwarrin. Just a little bit shaky around there, attacking 50, had an opportunity.
So Norton wins that one again. This time it's Andrew Arthur to come through and sweep it up. Takes possession now, does Bailey Tate. Gets quickly wrapped up, though, by Ricky Johnson. Looks like Bailey Tate's going to have the roll on Ricky Johnson today. Have to keep a close eye on that one. As Norton does the contesting again, this time it's with Holmes. Holmes wins it down towards that player there in Bleeker, I think it is, or Wheeler even. Wheeler dives on the footy, gets tackled quick. Bailey Tate comes through and picks the ball up, but he again gets quickly wrapped up. Could have been in the back, but the umpire said, no, I'll throw it up, thank you very much. So about 10 metres out from Dromana's goal here. You look for Sam Fowler in these occasions. He's dangerous. As Norton wins that one straight to that man, Sam Fowler tries to whack it on the boot quickly, but it'll go out of bounds and out of play.
Good outcome for Dromana.
It
Reset.
is. Looks like Hayden Golby's got the job on Fowler today, so it's going to be a tough day for him. It'll wear him like a glove all day, you would have thought. And the ball brought back into play now. Ben Holmes to do the ruck work with Norton. Takes possession of the footy out of the ruck. Does
Snuck.
Holmes. Got tackled, thought it was holding the ball, but the ball spelled down towards Andrew Howison, who kicked it through for a minor score. So the ball will be brought back in for Luke Churcher. Back in the side today. Handy back in is Luke Churcher. So he sees something out in the pocket as his captain in Blake Harkness. He takes the mark now on back pocket position. About 25 out from defensive goal. Looks up the line. He's got Gerard Brown. He's going to beat two, though, does Gerard Brown. Rory Gregg flies back now. Nice fist. Spills to ground, though. Bluey Werner picks the ball up. Handball up to Andrew Arthur. Ball handball, though. Straight to Ricky Johnson, who's just going to whack it inboard. Fowler will fly against three. And none of them flew against him. And Fowler takes a mark about 35 out from goal straight in front.
Shortest man there. Too easy then. Way too easy, Fowler. They're going to need to really keep an eye on him, Bossy. They can't give him an inch.
Absolutely not.
He's a special player, isn't he, Michael Voss?
Oh, he really is. He was BOG in the game we had against Chelsea earlier in the year, and he started off quite well. So Dromana with the only score so far is a point.
Langwarrin, in fact.
Well, Dromana up this end, didn't they? Has a shot at goal and kicks a point. Didn't they kick a point before? Two behinds to one.
They did.
Two behinds to get the score.
You're right. It should be two behinds to one behind. No, Langwarrin didn't score.
No, haven't scored. Here we go. Scoreboard.
So
there we go.
0-0 Langwarrin to Dromana's 0-2. Obviously, our mathematician, Mayor of Mornington, Michael Ross, is all over it.
All over it.
So Churcher again to bring the ball in. This time it's got Jesse Murphy coming up to meet at half forward. Nice fish from behind by Wheeler. Ball spills to ground. Davies first on it, but well done Ricky Johnson just to pressure him off the footy and take possession. Goes with a handball up towards Sean Clark. Goes without it. Kyle Whitford comes in and takes possession, quickly wrapped up there by Sean Clark. About 50 out from Dromana's goal. Out here on the members' side of the ground.
Not a good sign when your number one goal kicker's got to come 150 metres down the ground to try and get the ball short pass.
But look at this structure, Vossi. I mean, if you're watching from home, there's about 7 Dromana players
That's
that have just structured
incredible.
themselves up through the middle of the ground in this wing position. And
I
there's
like
only
that.
2 Langwarrin players.
I like that a lot.
So that quick kick out of that stoppage is going to be tough for Langwarrin to take.
Just
Dromana will come
penetrate straight
through.
back in.
So tap one there by Norton down to Tuddenham. Tackled as he went to kick it, so spills to Ben Holmes, who's just going to whack it on the foot, go forward. Cuthbert tries to come through with a fist, just threw absolutely nothing at it though, so didn't go without it. Billy Gertz jumps on the footy and will get quickly wrapped up. Poor by Mitch Cuthbert there, could have gone with the mark, instead went for a big right fist and missed everything.
Just because you're a defender, you don't need to fist it every time. You
So
can
again,
take a mark.
Norton wins that one, but then Sam Fowler there to do the roving no. Doesn't have much forward of him, so he goes back to the 50-metre line. It's Terry Wheeler. He's got some options inboard. Too slow though, so he's going to put it to the top of the square. Holmes will fly. Great work from Churchill to get the fist in. Cuthbert at the fall of the ball. Sweeping handball out towards Bustle Inglis. Runs straight over the top of it. Zach Andrew Arthur there to help. Tries to give a handball back to him, but the boundary line will beat it. Just needed to bend down below his knees there, Bustle Inglis.
Poor effort to start.
Looked like he was a bit worried about the strings.
Not quite warm yet, Locke.
So the umpire brings the ball back in now. Gertz and Red do the ruck work. Gertz pushed under the footy. Umpire said play on. Quick kick forward in Sam Fowler direction. But well done there by Hayden Golby just to worry it out of bounds.
A couple of minutes ago, Locke, you mentioned that just loose players everywhere. They've been picked up now through the midfield.
Yeah, it looks like Josh Beard and Blake McCormack really working hard to get those players back.
Yep.
So Norton wins that tap out again, but again, that man Sam Fowler tries to swoop. This time he's quickly tackled by Golby, who gets possession now, goes for a handball out towards Tuddenham. And again, it'll find that same boundary line. We've played 6.5 minutes so far in this first term. As a Langwarrin faithful looking after us with some drinks. Thank you, mate.
Love your work. Thanks, pal.
So about 35 out from Dromana's goal here. It'll be Norton and it'll be Holmes to contest. Again, Norton wins it, but where's Sam Fowler? This time he wasn't there. It was his teammate in Josh Bateman. Both the Dolphins boys all over it, and his opponent there in Kyle Busuttil Inglis just wrapped him up nice and quick as Michael Voss swoops on the coke. Drinks
Just
nothing
for something
but
different.
coke. So
Brushes his teeth with it.
this time it's won by Greg, straight down to Gertz, who whacks it forward in the hope Holmes can come out to meet it. Instead, it's Fowler and Golby. Foot race towards the ball now, but the boundary line will beat them both to it. He's been good so far, Golby. He's worn him like a glove. Sam Fowler, apart from that mark Sam Fowler took, he hasn't had any easy possessions yet.
No, must have heard me. Can't give him an inch, Locke.
Cannot give him an inch as the ball's brought back into play. About the same distance out, this time over the other side of the ground. Norton wins this one down towards Bateman. Couldn't take possession, so Bailey Tate grabs it, and he's wrapped up. And the umpire said you had prior, mate, so that's holding the ball.
No, fair enough on the replay score, on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So Howson gets possession now, and he goes in short to Jack Gipp, who takes a mark about 30 out from goal. On a slight angle, but he's a very handy footballer as Jack Gipp. Picked him up from Sorrento this year, also a brilliant boxer. So Michael Voss, watch yourself before you wreck yourself. So Jack Gipp will have the opportunity to kick Dromana's first of the day. They've had all the play in this first quarter. So he runs in now as Gipp sets sail. It likes it off the boot, and he's kicked it.
He has.
Kicked it straight through the middle.
Loved
You
it.
said no, but he did. So Gipp will kick Dromana's first. They'll go to 1-2-8 to Langwarrin's no score. We've played 8.5 minutes in this first term. You're listening to RWP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Welcome back here to Lloyd Park. Dromana with the opening goal through Jack Gipp. We've played 9 minutes in the opening quarter. They lead 1-2-8 on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Langwarrin yet to score as Norton and Greg go up in the ruck contest. They nullify each other. Big Red does the roving. He got the hand pass out. He was tackled. And the umpire says I'm going to come in and ball it up once again. So the Langwarrin defence have been under pretty intense pressure actually for probably 5 or 6 minutes there and culminating in that Gipp goal. So the ball back up and it was knocked down by Norton. It's not going to be picked up there. In fact, it's going to be a secondary ball up to take place in the centre of the ground, and once again the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. He does throw the ball up. Norton gets the ball down. Taken there by the player. It might have been Fowler who lost control of the ball. The umpire says once again I'm going to come in and ball the ball up. Beautiful day for football, but both sides just
Hot footy, Michael.
It is very much a hot footy at the moment. Short pass and both sides in having a fair dinkum crack at this stage. Langwarrin with plenty on the line. Dromana can basically wrap up top spot with a win today if they haven't wrapped it up already mathematically. Here's a chance now for the player there in Whitford who gets a hand pass out. Now the ball comes out now by Nash out towards half back. The mark is taken in front of the scoreboard there at half back for Langwarrin, and they can bring the ball down towards the centre wing. He was looking there for a teammate. It was a poor kick. The opportunity comes back now for Dromana. They can load up a hand pass. That was a poor one. They had the real opportunity. Now they do kick the ball forward, but it's only going to go towards the boundary line and goes over for a boundary throw-in. So we've played 11 minutes in the opening quarter. It's Dromana in the match of the day, 1-2-8 Langwarrin yet to score on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Just struggling with possession at the moment, aren't they, Langwarrin? They look like there's a lot of perceived pressure around the footy.
Just panicking a bit, like.
Yeah, they really are. There's a lot of perceived pressure, so the disposal's not been great so far. Paddington went in possession of it. So the tap one by Norton down towards Parker, who tries to give a handball to Whitford, gets there now. Whitford tries to bust through a couple, couldn't. So the ball spills to ground. Well done, Sean Clark goes up towards Fowler at full forward. Can't meet it though, so Golby wraps up the footy now and is well tackled by Fowler. But well done, Hayden Golby, to really pressure him out of that and take possession of the footy himself. So brilliant work there from Golby just to keep on his hammer. Has to do it all day because him and Holmes are going to be playing out of that square and will generally have that 52 themselves. So Norton wins that one again. Nice work by Parker. Gives a handball over towards Harkness, but it goes out of bounds and out of play. About 35 out from goal here at Lloyd Park for Dromana, where we have an absolute stunning day for football.
Stunning.
So Norton and Ricky Johnson will do the ruck work. Norton obviously winning these ruck work taps pretty comfortably at the moment, so he wins that one again. But this time Joel Bateman's at the fall of the ball. Couldn't take possession though, so Whitford comes out to meet it. He's well pressured there by Ricky Johnson. Tries to bust through him. Well tackled Ricky Johnson. Spills down to Bateman, who gives it back to his brother Josh, who's going to go up in the Fowler direction. Just too quick for Golby on that occasion on the lead. And that's where he's strong is Sam Fowler. When he gets out on that lead, he gets 5 metres out in front of you very quickly and takes a nice mark in front of him. Tied up against the boundary, about 40 out.
0 to 60, Lock. His get up and go speed is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's very, very hard to keep going with on the lead. Those little legs get pumping. Now can those little legs get pumping to kick a goal? He sets sail now. He's trying to bring it back with his body. It's never a good sign. Well done by Cuthbert to punch the ball over the line through for a minor score. Quickly,
good effort.
Yep, it was a good effort. Quickly brought back in by Church towards Parker, who played on and wasn't under pressure, so he's quickly wrapped up there by Beau McMurray. Very lucky to get away with that was Parker.
Lock.
He shouldn't have played on. He gave it to Jason Curry, who was under a lot of pressure. So ball thrown up. Morton wins that one down towards Tate, but Sam Gertz comes through with it. Gives a nice handball to Clark, who's got some runners on the outside. One of them, Wheeler, threw a handball to no one though. So Lockie Davies comes through to pick it up. Goes with one short into the middle, but Mushiali's there to meet it. Gives a nice fist. Oh, in comes Dan Werner with a hip and shoulder. It cleans him up. He'll feel that for a while. Geez, Bluey Werner, he's a dangerous man. He throws himself at everything. He's not afraid of it, is Dan Werner. So the ball in the middle of the ground now thrown up. Norton wins that one down to Andrew Arthur. Nice handball, but chopped off nicely by Mushiali. He's just going to whack it in there quick. Cuthbert goes against Holmes. Spills over to back towards Fowler and Golby. Golby wins that one. Well done, Golby. Gives a handball sweeping out towards Curry, who goes with a short one into Parker. Wasn't great. Needed to be good and wasn't.
Needed.
And went out of bounds and out of play. That's just sloppy stuff from Langwarrin at the moment. Their disposal has been poor.
Yeah, it has been. Yet to go back through the middle into their attacking 50 yet, Lock.
Too scared about it. As you can see, Dromana well structured as Norton wins that one, but Jack Gipp is there to win it. And he's quickly wrapped up by 2 Langwarrin players.
With this current structure, I can't see Langwarrin going forward again.
No, they just don't have the decisive disposal at the moment. So Norton wins that one again down to Josh Bateman. Nice handball to Gipp with pace. Just shrugs off Curry. Again, he's just going to whack it to the top of the square. Fowler flew, but Cuthbert just too tall. Strong mark. That's what he needs to do, does Cuthbert. He's taller than a lot of them down there, so he just needs to stick the jukes up and take the mark. But on again that occasion, poor kick from Cuthbert. Had 3 players to kick to and missed them all, and the ball again spills out of bounds, and they're not going to win the footy from these stoppages of Langwarrin and Michael Voss.
No, they're not, and they can't get out of trouble at this stage. The ball is thrown back into play. Quick kick forward there by Bateman for Dromana inside attacking 50, but it's taken, and he is gone, is Nick Tuddenham, holding the ball. Good tackle. There was no talk there.
Great tackle, Michael.
No talk there whatsoever. He tried to get the kick away. He probably sensed that there was someone around, but that was a great tackle applied by Ricky Johnson, and he will go back and have a shot from well, basically 55 metres out from goal. And if anyone
what,
can make the distance, Ricky Johnson
oh,
can.
mate, if anyone can kick the goal, it's going to be Ricky Johnson. I'm backing him in 100% from here. Does not miss.
So Ricky Johnson goes back. Played forward last week, playing forward, started forward today. Well, he didn't get under that one really well. It's a free kick for him.
He wasn't going for it, short pass. He put it to the top of the square.
He shanked it.
It's
Mate,
going
landed 15 metres out in front. That was the top of the square, unselfish kick from the captain.
It's going to
from
be
the coach, in fact.
Big Red goes with the kick out towards half-back, going
Good
up.
mark.
Good mark. Oh, that was
Gotta pay that.
That would have marked the Tuddenham for effort there. The umpire said no. He brought that to ground, then dropped it. I thought that's a mark every day.
Reward for effort. Senior football, Michael. I don't think they
no
do
such thing as
that.
reward for effort.
Well, he had it, and then he had it all the way to
And
the
then
ground, then it fell
And
out.
then he didn't.
Was it a mark?
It was a mark.
It was
in
a
my-
mark every
it was
day
a
of the
mark.
week.
It was a mark.
Just
You're right,
not
Bossy.
proven.
But it wasn't a mark for a reward for effort, I'll tell you that much. As Buster Inglis takes possession of the footy, gets a handball back, just whacks it in hope to find Albanese. Was a poor kick. Goes up towards Cosson now, but can't take possession of it. So Albanese, nice handball to Fennick. Fennick then goes up to absolutely no one in particular. Well structured Dromana. Dan Gertz take possession of it, but poor handball. That man Fennick again. Gerard Brown does a contesting with Gertz. Gertz picks it up, and they've got the numbers. So a handball back to Smythe, who's going to go with a short one to Josh Bateman, who takes a mark in the middle of the ground, uncontested. So he's got some time, so he's going to stay back and look for an option coming up to meet him. Ricky Johnson, his coach, is moving for him now, out wide on the ground. Wasn't a great kick, just sat it out in front of him. It's a lovely tap there from Johnson, though, to find Sean Clark. He's got some movers in the middle of the ground in forward. Fowler's one of them, goes up against Golby. Nice fist from the back. Holmes comes out to meet it, well tackled though, so Parker takes possession of the footy, goes across goal, dangerous, but well done. Tuddenham just keeps it in front of him, paddles it, can't pick it up, goes with one off the ground. Well met there by Bo Cosson. The umpire said play on, he's hurt Tuddenham. Sweeping handball for Dromana out to House and goes with a short one. Nice to Bo McMurray, takes a mark about 45 out from goal. And I tell you what, this is one man we can't back from 45 out, because he had the opportunity to do it a couple of years ago in Sorrento in the grand final, didn't he, Michael Voss? Missed it and lost him the game.
I'm sure he's glad you reminded me of that too, Locke.
I'm glad he can't hear.
So Bo McMurray has the opportunity to kick Dromana second. Could be a fair bit in front if they wanted to, Dromana, but just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard well. So McMurray walks in now, kick from about 45. He sets sail now. It looks good off the boot. Does it have the distance? It does, easy. And he's kicked it. Dromana will go to 2-3, 15 to 0-0. We've played 7.5 minutes. You're listening to RWP, the voice of Peninsula football. And welcome back to Lloyd Park, where Dromana are absolutely dominating this game of football. It's been in Langwarrin's half twice thus far this game, and only because it was a clearing kick and it went to absolutely no one. So the ball back in the middle of the ground. Norton and Gertz do the contesting. Norton wins this one down to Parker, but Parker's quickly wrapped up. And the ball has not moved, so the umpire will throw the ball up again in the middle of the ground. Norton just goes with a big fist out towards his captain in Harkness. He sends a kick up to centre-half forward. Allen flies, goes straight over the top of him. Nice fist, Mushiali. Kicked off the ground by Dromana up towards Musgrave. Musgrave takes possession, handball to no one. Well done by Wheeler to get possession of the footy, though. Nice handball to Cosson, even better to Gertz. Gertz has got some movers out on the wing position. Josh Bateman, one of them. One of the quickest players in the NPNFL, says Simon McAvoy. Takes possession of the footy now, goes inboard. Wasn't great. So Golby comes out to meet it. Nice work by him. Follows up now to give a handball up towards Nathan Allen. Gets possession again, does Golby. Brilliant work. Nice tackle, no. Yes, lovely tackle. Thought he wrapped him around the head. But the umpire said, nope, that's holding the ball. So the free kick goes to him. Where's Fowler? Golby's possession opponent now. As the kick's going up towards Howison. Takes a mark at 50. Goes up towards Holmes, who takes a nice strong mark in front of Cuthbert. Lovely mark, about 10 metres out from goal. I'm sorry, listeners. I was lost from my English language there, but I got there and Holmes takes a mark about 15 out from goal, straight in front.
Exciting passage of play, Locke. That's why you couldn't fumble a word. What a turnover then, just holding the ball, allowed Dromana to just scoop it up quickly with a free kick. Love it.
So Holmes has the opportunity to kick their third in quick concession. Holmes goes now, runs in, doesn't really miss often, and he doesn't then, especially not from 10 metres straight in front. So he'll kick Dromana's third goal to go to 3-3-21 to Langwarrin's no score. And I tell you what, boys, it's starting to become a serious worry for Langwarrin.
Yeah, look, no doubt, Locke. Again, just not being able to get past the midfield of fantastic pressure Dromana have set up across their half. Their half back's just looking really, really good for Dromana at the moment. Unfortunately, Langy going to have to mix things up. It's going to be interesting, Michael.
Yeah, well, they need to start to get a bit of the ball because, as Locke was saying, they can't get the ball inside their 50 at the moment, and Dromana's defence is set up really, really well. Ball back in the middle. It was knocked down by William, in fact. It's taken now, a quick kick forward there by Howison towards the centre wing. Looking there for his teammate there in Sam Gertz, but the ball didn't bounce kindly. Here's an opportunity for Langwarrin to maybe go forward. They're at left half forward now. They go towards centre half forward. They're inside attacking 50 for probably only about the third or fourth time. But the Dromana defence holds up once again. The mark has been taken in the centre of the ground. Sam Fowler has had a sensational start to this game. He's on the defensive side of centre. He looks to go for options. He goes towards the broadcast side. He's got a teammate out there who takes the mark in War. So Dean War goes towards the forward pocket. Almost a sliding mark taken there by, I think it might have been by Holmes, but it's been kicked out of defence. It's taken there for the Langwarrin side by Allen. A hand pass over the top, and another one ends up with Bailey Tate. He can go long towards right half forward. Dromana should win out here. They got the numbers. Unless Langwarrin could take the mark, they couldn't. The hand pass was by Ryan Smythe. And now quick kick out by Billy Quigley out towards the centre of the ground, or just defensive side of the mark has been taken by Musgrave. They can play on Dromana. They go towards half forward, but the mark has been taken. It's been taken there by Fennick. Now they switch again. The long kick by Tuddenham, who was down about 5 minutes ago, but he's managed to get to his feet, and that was a good penetrating kick. And they've got an opportunity here. They've got a mark at 50.
They do. From Gerard Brown, gives a quick handball to Tuddenham, who takes a flying shot at goal. He's not a good kicker the best of times, is Tuddenham. And that occasion he kicks it out in the full, so a wasted opportunity there for Langwarrin. They just need to slow things down when in possession of the footy.
Absolutely, Locke.
If they keep moving it quick like they are, then they're just going to keep playing into Dromana's hands because they just structure up really well off the ball. So they're going to have to be careful of that Langwarrin as the kick's brought back in. Dangerous one to Mushiali, but he does some good work and takes the mark now. So he's got possession of the footy about 20 out from goal. Nathan Allen under pressure on Dan Gertz, but well done Dan Gertz. Takes the mark and plays on up to the wing position. Goes with a kick up to half forward to
well
McMurray.
done to get
Nice mark, McMurray. He's got one out, Holmes against Cuthbert. It's a lovely kick in front of him, and it's a lovely mark by Holmes, who takes the mark about 45 out from goal. Tied up against the boundary line, but he is a brilliant kick of the footy and has the opportunity to kick Dromana's fourth.
The Langwarrin defence didn't do much wrong there, short pass, but Holmes has just got really good hands.
And what a beautiful kick, short pass.
Absolutely. Like Bo McMurray's kick just straight down his throat. Just beautiful passage of play. Hard for Langwarrin to try and defend that.
As Holmes played on there and tried to go with a short one to Howison, but should have backed himself and gone for goal, or at least if you're going to pass it off to the top of the square, because Howison was in no better position. But the ball raced out of bounds. The ball brought back in now. Holmes and Norton do the contesting, and Norton blatantly pushed him straight in the back. You're about 6 foot taller than him, Norton. You don't need to push him in the back, so the free kick's going to go to Holmes, and a poor man to give a free kick to in front of goal.
Looks like your older brother short pass. Like, he's the tall pass, not the short pass.
Is it because he's ginger?
I'll tell you
what.
It
is, you racist ginger son of a bitch.
So Ben Holmes will have the opportunity to kick Dromana's fourth. They can go to 4-3-27 if he goes back and kicks his. We played 23 and a half minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. He walks in now. It's an ugly looking kick. And he did push it left to right, short pass. So that'll go through for a minor score. They'll go to 3-4-22 to 0-0-0. We've played 23 and a half minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Michael Voss.
We do indeed. As Dromana, good first quarter by them. Langwarrin just looking to hit the scoreboard before quarter time. Long kick out towards the defensive 50. The mark wasn't taken there by Murphy, and the ball goes over the line right near the OB area.
He looks rattled, does Jesse Murphy. He's got his hands to the footy probably 3 or 4 occasions and cannot take a mark.
They can't get the ball down there, so of course he's got to come down the long way down, which affects their structure and what they're trying to do. Here's an opportunity for Langwarrin. They tunnel the ball through the legs there by Gerard Brown. It was. It's taken back there by Fennick. A hand pass back towards Fennick, but it's cut off there by Bateman, and that is quarter time in the match of the day, and it is all Dromana, Lockie Kelly.
That it is. The score will read 3-4-22 to 0-0-0. We played 24 and a half minutes in that quarter. We'll go to a quick break and come back to you with a quarter time wrap. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Energy bills are soaring, but Solar Heart could save you hundreds of dollars every time you open your bill. Call Solar Heart now and get 48 months interest-free on any solar hot water, solar power or battery storage system. It's not just solar, it's Solar Heart.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
we support local footy,
local teams, and all our community champions.
Bendigo Bank and RPPFM, bringing local footy to the community.
Watch our live telecast on RPPFM. It's live and it's local.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
We support local footy.
Local teams.
So as I touched on in that
And
second,
all our community champions.
Bendigo Bank and RPPFM, bringing local footy to the community.
Watch our live telecast on RPPFM. It's live and it's local.
as the kick kicked out towards Churcher, it wasn't great, sat in front of him, and man did he panic. Sam Gertz come out to meet him, kicks it off the ground in the Ricky Johnson direction, who just couldn't pick the ball up, and he's bumped out of bounds and out of play by Hayden Golby. But geez, did Luke Churcher panic when Sam Gertz was onto his hammer.
He went to pick it up, heard the footsteps and just fumbled the ball, nearly went going out of bounds. Unbelievable panic.
So the ball about 50 out from Dromana's goal. A ruck work contest by Cuthbert and Holmes. Cuthbert wins that one, but only as far as Sam Gertz, who tries to pick it up. Andrew Arthur quick on him, and they jump on the footy, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Still about 50 out from Dromana's goal, Michael Voss.
Yes, indeed. Dromana, 65 points in front. Langwarrin still only the one goal in this game. It's hard to score when you struggle to get the ball down there, which they have in fairness this afternoon. I think Ben Holmes might have actually caught that one on the head there. He falconed that one. There's an opportunity now for Langwarrin to clear, and they go over the top towards Parker. Parker goes up the line and goes towards Josh Beard there and the coaching staff, but the umpire says throw it back into play. Right below where we're broadcasting. 65 points is the margin. Dromana playing some great football this afternoon as Norton and Greg go up one more time. Ball is knocked down. It's a chance there for Wheeler, I think that was, who went in short. Good tackle applied. Great tackle applied, in fact, by Sean Clark. The umpire letting play go on. Still an opportunity for them. That's holding the ball, surely. The umpire says no, they put the whistle away. Still an opportunity here inside attacking 50 if they're good enough here, Dromana. A hand pass over the top by Musgrave, and now a chance on the right foot.
Bang.
A snap at goal is a goal by Joel Bateman. That's his second. Dromana up by 71 points, 12-9-81. Langwarrin 1 goal for 10, and we're 12 minutes into the third quarter. That's on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Energy bills are soaring, but SolarHeart could save you hundreds of dollars every time you open your bill. Call SolarHeart now and get 48 months interest-free on any solar hot water, solar power or battery storage system. It's not just solar, it's SolarHeart.
Up to Dromana. I had a Dromana local text me just before and say this is the best footy I've seen us play all year, and that's definitely clear in the outset as Curry comes out of half back with a quick one to Michael Parker. I was going to call him Luke Parker. It's Michael Parker instead. He goes with a short one to Lockie Davies at the wing position, who tries to move it quickly to centre half forward. Went straight over Nathan Allen's head and falls into Muschiali's hands, who's got the ball at half back. Goes with a short one to the wing position to that man who just kicked the sausage, Joel Bateman. Joel Bateman, an ex-Langwarrin boy, was relishing playing against his old side and beating him comfortably like this. Goes with a short one, then up to Rowan Bleak, who takes the mark on the wing position, up in front of those infamous Langwarrin toilet blocks, who's going to go up towards centre half forward now to Holmes on the lead. Cuthbert comes out to meet it first though. Handball to Parker, who tries to give one off. Bo McMurray intercepts, goes with a short one in a Josh Bateman direction. Spills to him now. He is the quickest man in NPFL, is Josh Bateman, and said thank you very much, and kicks another one. They'll kick their 13th, will Dromana. They'll go to 13-9-87 to Langwarrin's 1-4-10. We've played 13 and a half minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. And wowee, that was great pace by Josh Bateman.
Absolutely great pace by Josh Bateman, locked there. But obviously was that Ben Holmes that gave the handball off?
Ricky J.
Ricky J. Ricky Johnson just there with the quick handballs. Didn't even see. Just fantastic passage of play there by Dromana. And just on that, Lock, that fan, Dromana, saying the best they've seen. Do you think it's because Langwarrin just aren't any good at the moment? Do you think they're making them look a little bit better?
No, I think it...
no doubt they're playing great football, but if they were against a better side, it'd be interesting.
Look, from all reports all year, they haven't really played too much structure. They've played a lot of their footy well because there's 22 gun players out there, and they're really just playing out of pure talent.
Yep.
But for me today, looking at this, their structure's been brilliant. They've really structured themselves well and played to a game plan, and that's what they've done so well. As Quigley takes a lovely mark at centre-half back. So, I mean, as bad as Langwarrin are playing, I think they've just played really good footy. They haven't missed targets going forward. Holmes is getting his hands on a footy like no tomorrow, so they're playing really good footy. As the kick's gone in towards Sam Fowler in half forward, Tuddenham comes out to meet it though. Met solidly there by Holmes, who wraps him up quickly.
Lucky, because he took him on.
He did. It was Beau McMurray, in fact, that wrapped him up. Not a man that I'd like to get tackled by, there's no doubt about that. And as you can see, Tuddenham getting up a bit gingerly. Beau McMurray, a very tough unit. So the ball at half forward here for Dromana. Gertz will do the contesting against Parker. Mismatch there. Gertz wins it, but Tuddenham gets possession of the footy, gets quickly wrapped up. Managed to get a kick away though. Fennick finds it. Went to take him on, but slipped, and Sean Clark wrapped him up and said, "Thank you very much, that's holding the ball." So Sean Clark with the possession of the footy, about 60 out from goal. He looks up, he's got Holmes on the move. It's an absolute shank. It's still going to get to the top of the square though. Nice fist. Busuttil Inglis comes out to meet it. Nice work, nice tap to Zach Andrew Arthur, who's just going to kick it up to centre half forward and hope. They spoiled each other, did the Langwarrin players there. So Dan Gertz relished that. Picks the ball up at centre half back, kicks out wide. He's got Rowan Bleeker all by himself up on the wing position. He takes a bounce, runs to wing. He kicks up towards McMurray. Busuttil Inglis hot on his hammer, but Joel Bateman, uncontested, comes in and picks the ball up and went for a snap at goal. And missed to the minus, to the further side, in fact, and went through for a minus score. So they'll go to 13-10, 88 to Langwarrin's 1-4-10. We played 16 minutes in this third quarter, Michael Voss.
We have, and we touched this morning on fixtures for sides coming home. Dromana have got coming home Tyre, Red Hill, Crib Point and Rye.
Yep, so Red Hill's going to be their next big tester because arguably Red Hill are the most informed side in the competition. So that's going to be the test for them. They have them at home, fortunately, for Dromana. So that'll be a big game. There's no doubt that they've consolidated that number one spot. There's no doubt. So Red Hill will be the test for them as the ball's out in the true wing position. Norton and Greg do the ruck work. Norton wins that one only as far as Bleeker, who gives a nice handball to Sam Gertz. He goes up towards half forward, finds Ricky Johnson on the lead, takes the mark in front of his opponent in Bailey Tate. He's got Fowler on the move. He goes in that direction now. He flies. Well done, Golby, to intercept. Well done then to give the handball to Jason Curry, who just torps it out to the wing position. Foot race. Quigley and Allen. Quigley wins it. Gets possession. He's got a free man in Cosson over the top. Goes there now. Nice tap over the top then to War. Goes backwards to Quigley. Goes with a short one to Aiden Musgrave, who's got absolutely no opponent, so he takes off now. He runs into the centre of the ground. He's got Holmes out in the lead. Sticks the one Duke up, couldn't take it. Ricky Johnson at the fall. The ball picks it up. Handball to Josh Bateman. Quickest player in the NPNFL. Handball then to Sean Clark, who gives it to Sam Gertz, who can run to 40. Goes with a low dart towards goal over the back. It'll go through for a minor score. But that was a great build-up and great composure out here on the wing position for Dromana, just to keep throwing those handballs to each other until they were out of pressure and had that loose man. As the ball's brought back in quickly by Cuthbert. Goes up to Kai Whitford, who takes a mark in the defensive pocket for Langwarrin.
So switch of play towards the full-back line. The mark has been taken there for Langwarrin, and they can go down the line towards half-back. Going up but not taking the mark there on that occasion was Nash. The ball comes back Dromana's way. And now a hand pass over the top, looking there for a teammate, but it missed the target. They haven't missed too many targets today, Dromana, let's be honest. So that's good pressure applied there by the Dromana player there, and Dean War, who goes with a left foot kick towards half forward. And Holmes grabs the ball, but he's out of play now. He was taken out there by his opponent in Bailey Tate over the line for a boundary throw-in. The key thing for Dromana now, boys, obviously the next 4 weeks, obviously they've got three. They'll go in red-hot favourites in the one tough game they've got Red Hill. They've got to try and get enough into their players, thinking that they're going to be obviously having the week off the first week of the finals as well.
That's right. You're bang on there, Vossi. It's going to be easy going, but Red Hill, depending where that game is, it's going to be a test.
Yeah, that's a couple of weeks' time. Next week, Dromana at home, Tyre at home for them, Red Hill at home, Cribby away, and Rye away. So 2 home games, 2 away games to finish off. Free kick, and it is going to go here to Dan Werner, who has been around for a while. He's been a good player for Langwarrin for a long time. Dan Werner, he goes towards half forward, going up and taking a good strong mark there about 55 metres out from goal, directly in front. They haven't had too many moments there in their forward line, but that was a good strong mark. And going back to have the shot at goal will be Jesse Murphy, who is the leading goal kicker in the competition. He hasn't scored one today. He'd like to get on the board now. And Langwarrin, well, this game is well and truly gone, but it's just a case of just trying to get some positives from here on. Maybe try and win the scoreboard from here on.
Save a bit of face, I reckon, Vossi.
Yeah, try and win the battle. So treat it as 0-0 from here and try and win the scoreboard. And this is a start for them. So Murphy has the shot. That's a poor kick by Jesse Murphy. That is going to be out of bounds on the fall and almost into the car park. It was a poor kick, that one, and the mark has been taken.
Bossy.
Yeah.
Look at the body language.
Shoulders
when he
just dropped.
Dropped and just walked to his position.
I think he got a bit too close to the man on the mark then.
Well,
he
what
tried to roost it.
What I've heard from the Langwarrin camp is that he's a brilliant kicker footy within 40 metres, but as soon as he gets outside of 40 metres, he tries too hard for distance and loses a bit of accuracy.
There you go.
But he looks like he's limping to me as well, so keep an eye on that one.
Yep.
The ball comes out towards the wing position. Smythe just shrugs off Davies, goes with a kick up towards Howson, takes possession of the footy at half forward. Fowler coming out to meet it over his head, but Fowler read it best. Spills into his hands now, does some darting in and out, but great tackle by Mitch Cuthbert. Just said, there's no way you're getting away from my 2 metre long arms, and wrapped him up holding the ball.
That's two great defensive tactics there from Cuthbert then.
Defensive acts.
Defensive acts. One last was just pushing Ben Holmes under the ball.
Was a poor kick across the face of goal to Blake Harkness and it'll go out of bounds. Sorry, short pass.
That's all right. Lucky's a good defender because he's allowed to do that from time to time. So, of course, Dromana to reset there. I'm liking Cuthbert and doing what he's doing. He's been pivotal for their back line.
Very good size for a big unit too, isn't he?
Yeah.
As the umpires pinged a free kick here, I think Holmes flew up, but didn't nominate himself for the ruck. So it'll be Cuthbert to get the free kick. It goes out wide up towards half back for the Kangaroos. It's Andrew Taylor. Notices that there's no one on the mark, so he looks to move it quickly. He's got Murphy up on the wing position by himself. Takes the mark now in front of Cosson. Runs back now to Murphy. He doesn't have much in front of him. He's got the smallest player on the field in Josh Dormer, so he can't. Has to wait for Red Norton to make his way across. Sells some candy to Murphy. Looks up. Again, still no one there, so he just kicks it in hope. Brown coming out to meet it, but couldn't get there in time, so Ward takes possession of the footy. Tries to give a handball, was tackled as he did so. So Werner relishes that and dives on the footy. Gets quickly tackled and cops one high, so we get the free kick about 50 out from Langwarrin's goal. He'll want to move it quickly because Dromana flooding back nice and quick. He wasn't quick enough. Red Norton stands the mark with him, so he's trying to get the shepherd on. But Bluey says, nah, I'm going to sit it to the top of the square. And it was a poor kick. Dromana players spoil each other. Spills down the ground. Sam Gertz first on it. Gives a kick up towards the wing position. Cosson first busts it to Inglis. Cosson just did some nice body work for Gipp to come in and help. Spills to him now. Gipp picks it up. Runs to half forward. He's got Holmes on a lead. Beautiful kick by Jack Gipp. And Ben Holmes takes the mark. He's got Howson running back to goals for him. But Ben Holmes is a full forward, Howson. And when you take a mark 35 out from goal, you're not going to turn your back and look for someone to kick to. You turn your back on goal and say, I'm walking back, I'm going to slot this.
Not when you're Ben Holmes either.
Not when you pick 4 and can possibly kick his 5th as well.
Very comfortable from here, Locke.
So he's straight in front, about 35 out. He kicks from now. He's working it back with his body. Never looks good when you're trying to work it back with your body. He's missed left often today, and that'll go through for a minor score. So Dromana will go to 13-12-90 to Langwarrin's 1-4-10. 23 minutes played in this third quarter. I tell you what, this is very, very ugly for Langwarrin, boys. Every opportunity they look like getting, they just blaze away and go forward, and Dromana are just set up extremely well across the defensive side of ground and just absolutely lapping it up. As Bailey Tate takes possession of the footy at full back now for the Kangaroos. Looks up, he's got Cuthbert by himself. The man short pass is very fond of. Takes the mark at half-back position for Langwarrin. Goes up towards Bluey Werner versus Dean Moore. Nice body work by Bluey Werner. No ref! That is the wrong decision. That was smart body work, and Moore went to ground like a bit of a cat and gave him the free kick. So the free kick goes to War. Short one to Gertz. Handball to Cosson. Runs to half forward. McMurray out on a lead against Tate. Tate leads into it. Tries to pick it up. Couldn't. Fennick comes in to lend a hand. Picks the ball up now. Looks up. Doesn't have much. Could have ran too far. No, umpire said play on. Goes with a short one across the face to Church, who takes a nice mark. He looks up. He's got Nash by himself with Greg. So he plays on on now. Does Nash back and he can take on the ruckman. Sells some candy. Runs back into trouble. Handball to Taylor, too hot for him. Terry Wheeler there to do the lapping up. Picks it up. Gives a sweeping handball to Smythe. Couldn't take possession of the footy though because it was a poor handball. Tries to tap it and keep it in play, but gets an unlucky bounce. It'll spill out of bounds.
Boys, are we... is Sam Fowler actually on the ground at this stage?
Yes, he most certainly
I'm just
was.
struggling to pick him out there, that's all.
He was 2 minutes ago, and he's right in front of that rock contest right now. As ball's picked up by House and gives a snap up towards Musgrave. Nice fist though, spills into Andrew Arthur's hands. Goes up towards Albanese on the wing. Great mark, Ryan Smythe. We caught him last year and he ducked a few times to try and take a mark, did Ryan Smythe, but on that occasion he was good. Gives one to Dean Moore, who gives a handball to a running Dan Gertz. Goes up in the Bateman direction, but well done by Blake Harkness to chip back off his man and take a nice intercept mark. About 35 out from defensive goal. He goes up towards the scoreboard direction, the Rye Hotel scoreboard direction. Gerard Brown takes it now, gives a handball back to Andrew Arthur. He's under some pressure, gets the kick away just, goes up towards Albanese. He flies, couldn't take the mark, spills to ground. Howson quickly on it, but Albanese quickly on him. And the umpire said Howson dived on his back. So it'll go to free kick, will go to Albanese.
Right.
Out in front of those infamous toilet blocks here at Langwarrin. Short passes favourite. As Albanese takes possession of the footy, looks to move it on now. He goes up in the direction of Gerard Brown. He'll fly, couldn't take the mark, should have. Spills to ground. Greg takes possession of it. The ruckman doing the roving. Smythe, he's been good today off half-back. Takes possession of the footy. Gives a short one up towards Billy Gertz. Gives a nice handball over the top to Clark. He's got McMurray coming out to meet him, but it was a poor kick, and Hayden Golby chips in and takes a nice mark, who then goes to move it quickly into the centre of the ground. Churcher, under some pressure from Fowler, gives a sweeping handball up to Cuthbert, who's got some time, so he moseys up to the wing. He's got Nash versus
Great
two,
kick.
but a great mark and a great kick. He's very fond of Cuthbert, his short pass. As you heard him say, it was a nice kick. Nash took the mark, goes with one in short into Lockie Davies, but the siren beat him to it. And the score will read Langwarrin 1-4-10 to Dromana's 13-12-90. We've played 26 and a half minutes in that third quarter. You're listening to RWP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Energy bills are soaring, but Solar Heart could save you hundreds of dollars every time you open your bill. Call Solar Heart now and get 48 months interest-free on any solar hot water, solar power or battery storage system. It's not just solar, it's Solar Heart.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
We support local footy.
Local teams and all our community champions.
Bendigo Bank and RWP FM, bringing local footy to the community.
Watch our live telecast on RWP FM. It's live and it's local.
Welcome back to Lloyd Park. And as the commentators take a break, we'll just go around the grounds and just see some scores from Div 2 and one match from Div 1. So let's go straight to Div 2 and wait for our fantastic scoreboard, our Rye Hotel scoreboard to come up. And as it appears before my eyes, we see Karingal 13-12-90 have blown out to Rye 6-3-39. So Karingal well and truly control there. Wow. Tyab 9-13-67 to Chelsea 9-11-65. So game on at Tyab. Crib Point 2-4-16 to Red Hill 13-12-90. Devon Meadows 9-11-59 to Somerville 10-5-40. Hastings 14-5-89 have blown away from Pearcedale 3-8-26. And if we pop over and have a look at Division 1, the one match there today, and that's between Seaford and Rosebud. And currently we have Seaford 9-6-60, trailing Rosebud 11-1-67. So a couple of close matches and a couple of blowouts today. In the AFL, we see the Brisbane Lions leading the Hawks, which is good for some, bad for others, but that's what's going on. We'll cross back to take some sponsors' messages, and then we'll be back with Brody from the commentary position out in the field. You're listening to RPPFM.
Welcome backwards. Just starting the last quarter here at Lloyd Park. It's an 80-point margin in favour of Dromana, and that game at Tyab, as Sus was just saying, has tightened right up. It's a 2-point margin in favour of Tyab. Around three-quarter time in that one as well. As the ball gets hand-passed over the top. Wasn't a great one. An opportunity here for Dromana at attacking 50 if they're good enough not to be. The umpire letting play go on. The ball does fall free. Quick kick around the corner. Got the loose man in the pocket, but the kick was just a little bit high. The ball is picked up. And a good tackle applied, great tackle applied, in fact, and the free kick is going to go to Langwarrin, and it looks like it is going to go to Hayden Dolby, who goes in short. The mark has been taken there at full back. It's been taken there by Tuddenham. They can play on here, Langwarrin. They go out towards half back. Defensive 50 is the ball now. It's down towards centre wing. Ball comes over the top. A chance for the ball to be kept in play, not to be. The umpire's going to throw the ball back into play, and with thanks to Langwarrin Footy Club for their expert hospitality. The food is magnificent. So, Brody, we're going to Brody.
Yeah, just real quick. So Ricky Johnson, the most interesting thing to come out of the three-quarter time huddles was that he really wanted his side to keep Langwarrin to just that one goal. So it'll be interesting to see how they do.
Thanks, Broads.
They've just got to try and win this last quarter, short pass.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In order to do so, look, Dromana, they're just dominating at the moment.
And Dromana have got another shot at goal. They're just trying to pick up the play with the ball out there, but they've got it. It's an 80-point margin, and he is one of the players who's kicked goals for them, Bo McMurray, this afternoon. He's 40 metres out. He's probably on a 45-degree angle. He'll have the shot. And steady as you like, has the shot. He misses to the left-hand side, so through for a behind. So the margin at the 2.5-minute mark of the last quarter is 81 points in favour of Dromana. 13-91 Langwarrin, 1 goal, 4-10 as the ball comes back into play. The mark is taken there by Tuddenham. They can play on Langwarrin. They go out towards half-back. The mark has been taken, and it has been taken out there, and it's been taken by Parker, who goes in short. They can play it, but it's not a great hand pass. It enables Dromana back in with the opportunity here at half forward. Going defensive with the hand pass now. Quick kick towards half forward is marked. They can play on. That's a high kick towards full forward. One-on-one contest in the square. The ball goes over the back and through for a behind. 13-14-92. Dromana, 1 goal, 4-10. Lockie Kelly's just about ready to take over, and I'm about ready to hoe back into my bacon and egg roll. So I'll look forward to when Lockie takes over, so I can actually hoe back into it. Magnificent catering by the Langwarrin Footy Club, might I say, boys.
It's nice to get looked after when we're at a ground, Vossi. It's always a pleasure. We try and mix up the games when we can, but we're going to have to start making some decisions if we get looked after like this.
There's a kick out of defence by Bailey Tate. The mark has been taken. It's been taken there by Parker at half-back. So Michael Parker with the ball at right half-back. He goes in short. Or he decides to go long. In fact, he goes down towards centre wing. Going up at the back. Ball knocked down. A chance here for Langwarrin. They go forward towards half-forward. Dropping the mark in front of the contest. Good tackle applied there by Dromana, and the umpire says, I am going to ball the ball up. And Lockie, it's over to you, son.
I don't know whether I want to grace the microphone yet, Vossi. I'm enjoying watching you drool, watching your bacon and egg. As the ball's up on half forward for Langwarrin, Dan Werner jumps on the footy, manages to get the handball out, but Sam Gers first to meet it. Burst from the pack, goes up towards centre half forward. He's got Holmes coming out to meet it. Picks it up now to Holmes. He's still got those runners. Well stripped by Lockie Davies though. Gives a handball, to Mitch Cuthbert, who goes up towards centre half forward. Brown flies from the back. Had to fist it though. Spills to ground. Howson first on it. Nice handball to Dean Moore, who's been good in this last half. He gives a kick up to no one in particular though, so Harkness comes through to pick it up. Goes with a kick up towards half forward. Nathan Allen gets his hands on it for one of the first times today. Looks up. He's got Murphy moving for him. Tries to sit on Cosson's head, but couldn't. So it spills to ground now. Murphy first on it. Shrugs a couple. Sells some candy. Right foot. Boo-na-na. Pushes it across the face and it'll spill out of bounds out on the outer side of ground. Pocket, you may even say, as I'm doing the job by myself with Vossi and short pass hoeing down on bacon and eggs. No surprises, both mud guts. As the ball's brought back into play, about 20 out from goal for Langwarrin. Ball spills to ground. Parker first on it. Picks it up. Tries to get a little left foot snap out. Does now, but it'll race out of bounds and out of play. Probably not a bad result for Langwarrin to try and lock it in. So about 15 out from Langwarrin's goal here. As the boys just polish off, lick their lips. Buns are starting to knock themselves off. I'll be worried about your own buns at the moment, the way you guys are chowing down. As the ball spills to ground, Smythe picks the ball up, looks up, doesn't have much, bounces over Tuddenham's head though. Musgrave comes out to meet it with Tuddenham. Oh, McMurray cleans Tuddenham up. Umpire said play on, but the umpire back from play saw it and said, yep, that's a free kick, so it's going to go to Nick Tuddenham. Both Nick Tuddenham and Bo McMurray are sore though. Bo McMurray looks worse for wear. Tuddenham just got one in the head.
That's the second
McMurray's
time
got one in the left leg.
That's the second time Nick Tuddenham's got one today, boys.
Yeah, I reckon he's a bit soft so sometimes, Nick Tuddenham. Doesn't like a hard ball too much.
I think he might just stay down there a little bit longer, just for effect.
He looks fine now, so that really indicates that he's a bit soft sometimes. As the ball's kicked up towards half forward, nice fist from Greg. Smythe at the fall of the ball, tries to give a handball, couldn't. Tackled as he does so. Spills to ground, Bleeker and Parker dive on the footy both at the same time, and they wrap it up. The umpire will come in and throw it up. About 50 out from Langwarrin's goal here, members side of the wing position. Again, thank you to Langwarrin as short pass has knocked off his bacon and egg, so's Vossi.
Like an emu getting down an apple lock. That's how it went down.
They've also been kind enough to bring us some of Mornington Peninsula Brewery's finest.
Absolutely love it. Keep it local.
Mornington Peninsula, just the finest beers in town. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure. They'd be really nice with those Eliza Meats meat trays, that's for sure. As the ball comes back into play, Brown taps it nicely down to Sam Fowler. He couldn't take possession of the footy, though, and a race out of bounds.
You're salivating, short.
Oh, mate. I'm going out for tea tonight. We're thinking of going down to the Rissole, and I'm just looking forward to it. I've got You know, when you get something in your head and...
I reckon you should go to Mornington Peninsula Breweries, have a nice wood-fired pizza.
Oh, no, look, got to keep it... it's too far south.
No, it's not, mate. Make the travel all the time to Mornington Peninsula Brewery.
Yeah,
Why
but
wouldn't you?
I'm a responsible alcohol consumer, so I just want to stay local.
So the ball comes to ground. Golby dives on it. He's got the pace against Wheeler. So he tries to pick the ball up, slips. Gibb comes out to meet him, manages to get a handball. Fowler, though, the rat, just steals it, kicks it off the ground in a Cosson direction. Churchy in a foot race with Fowler now. Fowler bullies him out of grounds. Cosson gets possession of the footy. Cuthbert comes and meets him solidly and gets him one in the schnoz. And Fowler just bumps Cuthbert off him. But Cosson just maybe milking it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, get up, son.
Yep. So maybe get a bigger size of football shorts so you can grow your little nutsack a little bit bigger, because that was a bit soft. So the ball's kicked up towards the forward line for Dromana now. Busuttil Inglis first on it. Kicked up, gives a nice handball up towards Golby, who gives one then to Werner. And Busuttil Inglis just held on for a bit too long there. So he gets the free kick, but the umpire says advantage, play on. So Golby goes up towards Albanese. Gertz comes out to meet it with Albanese. Couldn't get possession of the footy, so Albanese does. Kicks up towards a running Murphy on the lead in front of Gregson. Nice kick, Albanese. Nice mark, Murphy. And he looks sore as he runs through after that.
Absolutely, Lock. He looked very proppy then, mate. He was just pinging then, I think.
That right hamstring
absolutely.
might start to be coming into play a little bit. We know he did it about a month ago against Hastings.
He's going to want to nurse that.
So they're going to have to be careful of that. Langwarrin, if they're any chance of making the finals from here on in, they need to win pretty much every game after this. Well, not pretty much, they have to.
They have to.
And they need that man to be out there on the track with them. As Murphy walks into goal now, he sets sail, he likes it off the boot. So he kicks Langwarrin second for the day, finally. They'll go to 2-4-16 to Dromana's 13-14-92. We've played 9 minutes in this last quarter. You're listening to RWP, the voice of Peninsula football. And welcome back to Lloyd Park, where we've got Michael Voss, of course, head in phone watching Brisbane Hawthorn. No one cares about Hawthorn. They suck.
I'm not really caring too much at the moment, boys, because Brisbane are 15 points up.
Go the Lions, I say. As the ball's brought back out of the middle by Kipp. Kicks up towards Musgrave and Fowler. Fowler wants it, gets it. Wrapped up by Curry. Handball to no one. So Parker comes in and steals it. Fowler, though, quick to his feet. Cyril Rioli-like. Picks the ball up. Pardon me, and gives Sean Clark an elbow on the way through, but again, probably
Sean Clark on the ground. He
was.
just copped one right in the Schnoozenhausen.
He did, right in the Schnellsberry. As it spills down towards Park, he's quickly wrapped up. Nice tackle there from the Dromana player. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. At centre half forward for Dromana. Norton wins that one, down towards Tuddenham. Couldn't pick it up though, so spills out towards Curry. He's wrapped up quickly by Musgrave. Norton jumps over the top of them, tries to tap it through. Golby picks it up, gets quickly wrapped up. Still at centre half forward for Dromana, hasn't really moved. Curry looks a bit sore after getting absolutely crunched in there by Musgrave. Ginger to his feet. Ball thrown up. Greg wins that one. Spills down towards Wheeler, tries to kick it off the ground, does now. Greg, he's athletic for a ruckman, picks it up, takes a snap at goal, pushes it left for a minor score. Geez, he's dangerous in those situations, is Rory Greg. After having those little contested ones against Norton, he's quickly to his feet.
Beautiful flag work down there by the goal umpire there in Scotty Gathercole. He just dominates the boundary line down there.
The boundary line or the goal line?
Goal line, boundary line, it's all one thing.
So the ball brought back into play by Cuthbert. Nice mark by Gerard Brown over the top of Musgrave. Gives a sweeping handball up to Parker. Tied up against the boundary line. He looks to bring it back inboard towards Murphy. Well done, Dan Gertz. Intercepts with the mark. Moves on quickly towards Musgrave at half forward. Takes the mark, goes to ground. Looks to stand up quickly and gives a handball to Gertz. He's got Holmes out in the lead. Sits it in front of him. Cuthbert with the pace. Well done, Holmes. Does the body work. Takes a kick at goal. Trying to work it back. Couldn't. Goes through for a minor score. So they'll go to 13-16-94 to Langwarrin's 2-4-16. That's on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. We've played 12 minutes in this last term, Michael Voss.
It's more entertaining what's going on here than what's going on my phone. So I will I'll get back to this game.
Go the Brisbane Lions! Come on, the Bears!
They're 21 points up, by the way, with 10 minutes to go. Long kick out of defence. And the ball goes over the back there of the player in Howison. It's taken for Langwarrin. A quick kick towards Albanese. He takes the mark, defensive side of centre wing. Was a good overhead mark here in Albanese. He goes towards centre wing. No mark taken. Ball off the pack. It's taken there by Gertz. William it was towards half forward. It's taken now by Sam Fowler. A kick towards the forward pocket, and that's going to be a mark. In fact, probably between, right forward pocket-ish, about 40 metres out from goal. And the player to have the shot at goal will be Bo Cosson.
So he's not a known forward this year, Bo Cosson. He's been playing a lot across half-back for the Tigers. And obviously now that they're well and truly on top, it's probably time for Ricky Johnson just to experiment a little bit and see what his side can change up and what they can do come finals time if something drastic happens.
I like that a lot.
So Bo Cosson, Bo Cosson walks back, tries to bring it back right to left and says, thank you very much. And we'll kick Dromana's 14th. They'll go to 14-16-100 to Langwarrin's 2-4-16. We've played 13.5 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football. And welcome back to Lloyd Park, where Dromana kick another and really drive the fork into Langwarrin here at Lloyd Park. It's just an absolute mauling. Dromana well and truly on top, absolutely killing it at the moment. As the ball was caught up down in those Langwarrin tennis courts, as it always does. Boundary umpire's not allowed to actually jump the fence and retrieve the ball, which I think is silly.
Silly, earn your money, go and get that ball.
We're going to have finals venues announced soon, I think, boys. This ground could do it, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. If there's rain stays away, it certainly could. As the ball comes to ground, Harkness tries to pick it up, gives a handball up towards Davies. Davies then goes with a wide one to Churcher by himself. Goes in short, looking for Albanese. Couldn't take the mark. At the fall, the ball is Smythe and Allen. Allen gives a handball up towards Jesse Murphy.
Allen
goes in board for Werner, but he's quickly gang tackled by 3. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
So left half forward is the ball. Langwarrin into attack. 2-4-16, plays 14-16-100. We've played 15 minutes in the last quarter as the ball goes over the line once again for a boundary throw-in. Going to be an interesting decision today for the best on ground, I've got to say, because Dromana,
they've had an even spread, haven't they, Vossi?
I was about to say the same thing. They've had a very even spread. It's been hard to sort of dominate out there as to who's really dominated to get the
that's for sure.
Six-pack
award. Here's an opportunity now. They go backwards here. They go towards the player there in Golby, who goes in short. Hand pass over the top, looking there for a teammate in Harkness, but the ball is over in front of Zach Musciali, over the line for a boundary throw-in.
It'd be easy to pick Langwarrin's best player today if they'd won. Hayden Golby has been brilliant today. Played a really good game for me, done the job on Fowler. And has also driven forward on the test. Oh, Cuthbert, of course, for you. You're very fond of him. You'd love to give him a few beers. As the ball spills to ground, Harkness picks it up, looks to snap it around, but got stripped of it. Sam Gertz takes possession of footy, looks up. He's got no one in front of him, so he just whacks it on the boot. Fennick takes the mark. He's got no one really standing the mark, so he should have played on. Didn't. Took too long. So he's got the ball about 50 out from goal. He'll have to kick it from about 55 if he wants to set sail. It's way too far for him. So he's going to sit it to the top of the square. He'll have some flyers. Whitford, one of them. Nice fist from Smythe. Ball spills to ground. Quickly on it was Gertz. He gets his kick smothered. Spills down to his brother Dan, who just whacks it on a boot in hope someone's there. And fortunately for him, it was. It was Joel Bateman. He goes in short. Centre half back there for them. Fowler takes the mark. Looks inboard. He's got no one. Goes over the top. Spills to Curry. Handball to Andrew Arthur, who goes to Fennick. He's again too far out to score, so he sends one up towards Murphy. It was a lovely kick, and Murphy took a nice mark out in front of his opponent. He takes a mark about 35 out from goal, about a 25-degree angle, and has the opportunity to kick Langwarrin's third and his second, which will be nice for his tally.
Yes, it will be, especially when you've kicked 2 out of the 3. It's very handy for him. And look, it's going to be handy for Langwarrin Football Club at the end of the day, because is that going to keep Michael Voss? Will have they outscored Dromana in the fourth?
1 goal for Dromana have kicked in this last quarter. Langwarrin have kicked one straight.
So Murphy walks it now, sets the ball sail. He liked it off the boot and kicks it. So great from Jesse Murphy's stats going into the league, but not so great for Langwarrin, because it doesn't really matter. They'll go to 3-4-22 to Dromana's 14-16-100.
It's officially off.
What's officially off?
The game, it's officially off.
He's cracked it.
I'm not watching it anymore.
The Mayor of Mornington's cracked it. His phone's out the window.
What's going on, Vossie? Brisbane pumping Hawthorn.
27 points up, 6
27
minutes to go.
points. I'm not surprised, because Hawthorn are a bunch of cats. Led by Tom Mitchell. Go the Brisbane Lions, I say, Michael Voss.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to get back to this game.
As the ball spills to ground now, out in a wing position, Terry Wheeler picks the ball up, runs through the middle of the ground, looks up. He's got Ricky J coming out to meet him. Takes a sitter. He jumps down now. Bailey Tate picks the ball up. Sweeping handball in the direction of Parker. Stripped by Fowler. And Fowler threw it. And the umpire saw it. The short pass saw it. And the free kick's going to go to Michael Parker. So just try to throw one. I've been watching too much of the State of Origin and Sam Fowler. And just try to rugby throw it out the back to Terry Wheeler. But the umpire saw it. So the free kick's going to go to Parker at half back here for Langwarrin.
Go long, son. Norton's on.
He's got Brown and Norton. Take your pick. He's gone over the back. He's going to go for Brown. He'll fly against Billy Gertz. Flies over the top. Nice fist by Billy Gertz. Spills down to Daniel Gertz. He gives it sweeping handball in the Gip direction. He's met solidly by Norton, but well done, Billy Gertz, to follow up with the footy. He goes with a kick up towards Greg. Costin comes out to meet it. Greg picks it up. Gives a handball to Sean Clark. He's got Holmes on the move. Set it out in front of him. It takes a nice mark in front of Cuthbert. About 20 out straight in front. And Holmes has the opportunity to kick his fifth.
He really probably should have kicked probably 8 or 9, Ben Holmes, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, he's probably kicked 3 or 4 behinds as well, Michael Voss.
He has.
He has. So Ben Holmes it is to bring the margin back out to 84 points if he's successful with this kick. As Locke touched on, he's 38 years of age, but his fitness cannot be denied, because he does do marathons or half marathons. He's a fit guy.
Oh, what? That was one of the worst kicks off the boot I've ever seen.
He stumbled coming in there, and that is through for a behind to the left-hand side. So Dromana 14-17, 101.
I don't know how that missed, Michael Voss.
Langwarrin 3 goals for 22.
I do, because he
shanked
it.
I'm sorry, I said I don't know how that just missed. That only just missed the goals, and it looked like an absolute stinker off the boot.
Like he rubbed his boot on the ground before he kicked it.
That's exactly right. As Fennick brings the ball back in for Langwarrin, goes up towards half-back. Joel Bateman, though, with pace, shrugs off one. Nice handball to Quigley, who goes over the top towards Clark. He's got Wheeler if he wants him. He goes there now. Wheeler tries to dance around a couple, does. Kicks up towards that man Holmes. He's going to have another chance, is Ben Holmes.
Almost
because he
the
takes
same
the mark
position,
in front of short passes man Cuthbert. But he quickly moves it on. He's got Ricky Johnson.
Oh, why did you play on?
Why did you play on? Ricky Johnson was in the goal square. Wanted to give his coach a little one over the top, but well done by Luke Churcher to get over the back and chop it in. In fact, no, it was Hayden Golby, Langwarrin's best on ground today. He takes it back, kick in, gives it short to Bailey Tate, looks up, he's got Gerard Brown on the wing against Gertz. Brown flies, couldn't take the mark, spills down towards Dan Gertz. He's quickly wrapped up by Kai Whitford though, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Go the Brisbane Lions.
Shut up, Lock.
Michael, Peter Susovic, you've got some live scores for us around the grounds.
Just some interesting scores. Tyab 11-15-81. Chelsea 11-13-79.
Oh, wow. 2 points the difference.
Come on, the Abs.
Love your work, Peter Susovic. That's an interesting one as the ball gets down towards Fennick. He gives a sweeping handball up towards Andrew Taylor, takes possession of it now. He looks across the face. It was a poor kick. And Ben Holmes is on the end of it and takes the mark exactly where he took it before when he unselfishly gave it to Ricky Johnson.
Don't give it off again, son.
He's going to have the opportunity to kick his fifth. He's Ben Holmes.
I think we did hear this morning, isn't the coach not playing today for Chelsea? Wasn't he resting himself?
Yeah, James
today?
Brain said he was going to. Well, that's what Simon McAvoy definitely heard on the scoop, that Brain was going to give himself a rest. Either way, it's a great win for Tyab as Ben Holmes takes possession of the footy. He walks in now, kicks it goal, and he's kicked it. Holmes has kicked his fifth, and he's kicked Romana's 15th.
That's a bag.
15-18, 108 to Langwarrin's 3-4-22. We've played 21.5 minutes in this last quarter. You're listening to RWP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Energy bills are soaring, but Solar Heart could save you hundreds of dollars every time you open your bill. Call Solar Heart now and get 48 months interest-free on any solar hot water, solar power or battery storage system. It's not just solar, it's Solar Heart.
15, 18, and probably about 12 of those 18 points have been very kickable as they get the clearance now, drive it forward, foot race, Tate and Johnson towards the boundary line, but the boundary line will beat them both.
So the margin is 86 points and we are 22 and a half minutes into the last quarter. So Dromana have done this very nicely today. Langwarrin undermanned, as Locke's touched on throughout the afternoon, but Dromana have just given it to them this afternoon. There's a quick kick forward by Ricky Johnston, and that's not quite a mark at centre half forward. There's a hand pass and a hand pass backwards. Dromana still with the opportunity here through Fowler. A high kick by Sam Fowler towards full forward. It goes over the back. It's just off target though, and through from behind. Are you looking at the score then, Locke? Please say you're not.
No, he's texting biddies.
15, 19, 109, plays 3, 4, 22. You're not swiping right, are you, Locke?
He most certainly is, Michael Voss.
Certainly not.
He's just lining something up around the corner.
What I'm doing is admiring Brisbane Lions' 34-point lead in the last quarter against the Hawks.
The fatties son.
What a bunch of cats the Hawks are. How embarrassing. No Luke Hodge, Brisbane. And now they're still touching up the Hawks. Oh, what a brilliant result.
Oh, Michael Voss is filthy. The Mayor of Mornington's closing down Main Street.
Short pass.
Goes out towards Howson, spills down to Greg. Greg looks up, he's got Gip off Fowler. Wrong bounce, bounces in between them. Norton just runs through and shrugs off Fowler. But he did all the work and then shanked it off the boot. Goes up towards Murphy and Greg. Murphy comes out to meet it, met solidly by Bleeker. War there to help, and he's well tackled out and out of bounds over the line.
It'll be even stupider game tomorrow when West Coast beat you guys, but that's all right.
Peter Susovic.
Yes, Sus.
Got a score out of Devon Meadows. Somerville have just hit the lead, 9-14-68 versus Devon Meadows, 9-12-66.
Wowee, great work, Peter Susovic, you're all over it. As Sean Clark gets his kick smothered by Bailey Tate, spills to ground, Wheeler there to pick it up, does so now in the middle of the ground, goes out wide, finds Bleeker, takes a nice mark in front of his opponent in Kai Whitford, who's dancing around on the mark. He goes across the ground as Bleeker. He liked what he had out there. It was Quigley. Gives a handball quickly to Joel Bateman. Gives another one then on towards Gertz. No, Smythe in fact. Smythe goes up towards half forward. Tried to take the mark, was Cosson, well spoiled. Howson at the fall of the ball, picks it up. Runs around Harkness. Just snaps it in the hope of someone can take it. Billy Gertz does. Snap around the corner. Pushes it right through for a minor score. So he'll kick their 20th point. They'll go to 15, 20, 110 to Langwarrin's 3-4, 22. 24 and a half played on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Now here's Peter Susovic knocking in the background.
Nipples is knocking.
Tyabb have stretched the lead, 12-16-88.
Go the Yabbies!
11-13-79.
What a
the
result.
only reason I'm celebrating that is because Michael Voss chose Chelsea by 10 goals. And I said, no, Tabby Tyabb are going to give him a really...
I think I said 7 to 10, didn't I?
No, you said 10 to 11.
No, I did not say 11. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
We wouldn't do that, Michael Voss.
No, you do it to yourself.
That's the final siren here at Lloyd Park. That's a wrap. Dromana get up 15-20, 110, defeating Langwarrin 3-4-22.
We played 25 and a half minutes in that last term on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. And this was the match of the day. And Dromana said, no way, Langwarrin, you aren't coming close.
Nah.
And, Langwarrin, unfortunately... They were an undermanned side. They had no Peach, no Patterson, no Herdman, no McCormack, no Hamill, no Biggs. And that really hurt them at the end of the day. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Because Dromana come out victors, as you heard, 15, 20, 110 to 3, 4, 22. 20 behind Dromana as well. They could have beaten them by a whole lot more. As we got Broads making his way out to try and find someone. We'll go to you in a minute, Broads. But, boys, that was... disappointing for Langwarrin. We know they were undermanned, as we said, but I tell you what, they really put it to Langwarrin, and Langwarrin did not have the answer.
No, absolutely not, Locke. They didn't look like they had they led play in the first 2 or 3 minutes, but then it was just all one-sided. Dromana easily getting the job done. I think Dromana Tigers would have learnt a bit today. They, as you said, Locke, they've just had to play with positions, and which is always great to see when you're leading comfortably like that. You just got to mix things up and see what some players can do. Too easy for Dromana. Langy need to go away. Hopefully they'll get some injection of their good players back. And look, I wouldn't dismiss them at all. They're still within. We know they can play great footy. Touching up Kringle a couple of weeks ago, and they just need the injection.
Broads, you're down there with Ricky Johnson, mate, the coach of Dromana Football Club. Go for your life.
Yeah, got the coach of Dromana here, Ricky Johnston. Big win for you guys today. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, I thought we moved the ball pretty well, which is, the last couple of weeks has been a tough slog in the conditions, and it's probably slowed us down a little bit. But I think today, getting out on a nice big deck, bringing in a heap of runners, it probably played into our hands, and I thought the boys played the style of footy that we wanted today. So, yeah, pretty happy.
Yeah, now sitting pretty on the top of the ladder, of course. Only a few weeks left of the year. How do you see the rest of the season playing out for your boys?
I don't think we want to muck around with too much. We want to keep winning games of footy, and we want to make sure that we go in primed and ready to go. So we'll just keep going on our way, and hopefully those wins keep coming, and we go into the finals raring to go.
Yeah, and just lastly, we saw one of the big differences here today was the tackles. You guys applying relentless pressure. Was that something that you worked on during the week and were planning to do, or is that just how the game unfolded?
Look, we've got a big group of senior players at the moment. We've probably got 26, 28 blokes pushing for that senior side. So everyone's doing their job, and that means doing the little things and the hard things, and the tackling. We pride ourselves on that blue collar work, and that's what the boys know they need to do to get a game each week. So yeah, they delivered on us today, which is fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the win.
No worries. Thank you.
And we see all the Dromana players running over to the coach's box. Look like they're tapping people on the knees or something. I'm not too sure what's going on over there. We'll have to keep a quite close eye on that, because it almost looks as if Broads, you're over there, mate.
Yeah, that would have been what happened at the end of the game. So just as the game was finishing, Sean Clark came off for Dromana, holding his left shoulder in an unbelievable amount of pain. He looked in a really bad way, so they're all getting around him, so hopefully it's not too bad, because it didn't look good at all.
Yeah, well, there you go. So Sean Clark was a pretty handy player today. Unfortunately, it looks like he's got a serious shoulder injury, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one throughout the coming weeks. But, I mean, we know that Dromana certainly have the depth. So that's not a worry for them. But unfortunately for Sean Clark, he's done a shoulder. We'll go to a quick break and come back to you with our best player of the day. You're listening to RWP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Energy bills are soaring, but Solar Heart could save you hundreds of dollars every time you open your bill. Call Solar Heart now and get 48 months interest-free on any solar hot water, solar power or battery storage system. It's not just solar, it's Solar Heart.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
We support local footy.
Local teams and all our community champions.
Bendigo Bank and RWP FM, bringing local footy to the community.
Watch our live telecast on RWP FM. It's live and it's local.